Welcome to the pre-show. Straight Up Podcast number
Heat wave,
18.
April, temperatures getting
Let's get
number. Summertime vibes at the tree line looks like melted lumber, hot to death. Whipping in the kitchen like a master chef. Car payment bashed up, look like flour in a ton of mess. We the best, yelling like E. Khaled in the game of chess. Bring your best, tantalizing V's in the heat and sweat. Cooling off, ice packing Gatorade at your service. Freaking Willie with the shakes, he gets baked and really nervous. Fly zone, green button, push it when it means something. Cross-country service apps and esteemed cousins floating by. God is my witness as an alibi. Love to visit family and friends, they be saying hi. Tell them like he told them on the screen, Queen, we will ride. No surprise, I knew they wanted my demise, no lie. Focus on the living and the truest, call it mean. Money, strength, and numbers, raw
DJ Ray.
and the means funny. Gotta have humor or the masses will smell blood. Inside you're laughing, outside you got a mean mug. Levitating shoulders vertically like a mean shrug. I knew nothing, Poppy, as he's screaming at the court judge.
That's right. That's right. You ready? That's right. That's right. You ready?
It's Big Stacks and I'm from North Cackalack. On the NPC Live, I chop up loot like I got an axe. I stay amped up, son, so I'm never lax. Frontin' on whack cats, kicking facts to this funky track. From DJ Widebody, me blasting like he bust 5 shotties. I spit slick game like some job hotties. I'm nice with it, precise with it. My verses are tight fitted. You step to me wrong, then I'll get shite with it. Or schooler like with the ruler, don't let the age fool you. Check my maneuvers, I put you down like you smoked the ruler. Cooler than lemonade by Minute Maid. Minute Slave, don't be getting brave, you getting shade. From the rap phenomenon, the Big Don from Vietnam, I stay calm, my bitch MCs get shitted on. Like a commode from the basement of my abode. Let me reload as verses explode straight out my frontal lobe. The ill rap veteran, spitting that medicine. I'm better than them little whack dudes, I leave them hesitant. As I drop heady words like Negro presidents, not reticent when repping my family, ghetto residents.
That's right. That's right. You ready? That's right. That's right. You ready?
I remember.
Shout out Dixie Freely. CX the producer, Jelani Beats, Alabaster. Let's get it.
Round of applause.
Shout out to people in the chat, DJ Rack.
From the lips, hollow tips, rip straight through your jaws. And the steel make you shit your drawers. Your kitten's gotta be kitten. Catch you slipping and you catching them paws. Cause the fists come equipped with brass knuckle tips. Gut shot make you drop. Guess I buckled your shit. I ain't lazy, don't ruffle me, bitch. Your body laid on the pave or a grave, all that thugging and shit. So please remain quiet when you fuck with that riot. Potato on the barrel, so missing dad. You niggas hella mad, be glad the corn hit a zipper back. Black real ain't no bitch in my talk, no switch in my walk. Your silhouette, what they sketching in chalk. Cause it's feels on the 313, this what I bring you. It's not like Loretta Devine, I make a sing
yo,
too.
this that sacrificial pad and pencil, rap instrumental. Pass the end, slap your dad, Nintendo out the window. Sega Genesis, it's your favorite lyricist. Black Mav on the track, like I play Sam poetry. Yeah, Black Mav on the track.
Black Mav forever.
Sam poetry.
Let's get it.
Yeah, you know what we doing. Yo, I ain't trying to go back and forth. I'll crack your jaw at the Catholic hall back in Saginaw, Michigan. Had that blessed girl filming it while she giggling like a little kid that was ticklish. You a lyricist? Nah, dog, you licorice. Your name should be Twizzler, cause you sweet as your sister is. Back you up, have you lamping on concession stands. Protect your plan, I bring the pain like a Method Man. And, yo, I'm a genius like Jizza. Got your fingers on Twitter, you a singer like SZA. I'm a top dog from Niagara Falls that drop bars and light rappers up on the mic like cop cars. You a joke like 911 in your town. I'm public enemy #1 with the gold crown.
Shout out Northeast Beats. Head 9 Music.
To the beat can be contagious, especially when you got good music for all ages. Come on, throw your hands up high, let the rhythm move your soul. Bounce if you want to bounce, go ahead, slim through them bows. Older people tap your toes, saints come on, clap to this. Wide body your beats, and he done snap with this. Now beats with the wide body gon' snap on this. A little jokey joke, but I ain't laughing, bitch. Quite focused here to dismantle shit. MC in my own right, but far from your average. Bear, yeah, your boy on this grizzly. A lot of noise that I'm hearing now just offends me. Like starting right here with these pages. The beat is the rhythm of the tune I'm engaged with. It's gonna give you life, whether on or off stage quick. This head not music, something that's contagious. It started right here with these goddamn pages. The beat is the rhythm of the tune I'm engaged with. It's gonna give you life, whether on or off stage quick. This head not music, something that's contagious.
Now Gigahertz. You can fly.
except pushing dope like an apothecary. Same vernacular, fellowship spectacular. Attacking the brains, what's in my face like a
man had many dreams and God gave him the means, but it seemed he just standing in place. Gotta run the race, if it's goals you gon' chase. All you see is death, if all you got is faith. Gotta do the work if you wanna get it clapping. No snooze button tapping, don't make excuses happen. Go ahead pimping, be the master of your fate and the captain of your soul. For your heart turn cold and your body grow old. In the grave you gon' roll over a couple of times, cause you couldn't fix your mind to do what you had to. Success is like rent and it's past due. You better move before your best days is past you. I ask you, what you think is holding you back? Is it your mind or your heart that got you falling off track?
Screw faces, swallow the beat with no chases.
Let's go, Black Man.
Bodacious, still chill by bodegas. Play chess like a Sega, no Alpha Omega. I'm forever keep my third eye clever. My mental be my leverage. I cast spells like a savage. I peel your cabbage until I hit that pineal gland. The eighth wonder of the earth, all land are tough. Y'all really, that sound has lost its worth. My shine be different, star seed emitting. Positivity so loud, burst ears amongst crowds. Rhymes telepathic, so don't fret, chat.
Sweet, you are poison, poison, you are so sweet. Everything there aren't many of you. Happy to range, yeah. You are a vibrant thing, so vibrant, and I just love you. Love you. Sweet kisses, poison, just can't stomach your love. Sometimes we pay for love. Sometimes we pay for love. Sometimes we pay for love. Sometimes we pay. Even if I could just call you, I could just call you. Hey, it's just too involved. And I'm just a walking contradiction. And not to mention, I just can't get enough of your love. Sometimes we pay for love. Sometimes we pay for love.
About that time. Straight Up Podcast. Episode 18.
Yo. You was just on there. You was already on there.
Welcome to Straight Up Podcast, episode number 18. That's right. This 15th day of August. I'm DJ Wild Body. Let's meet the panel. Let's meet the panel. Up first, from Jersey, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for the Jersey Sun, aka Riggs.
Yo.
And I am DJ Wild Body from Jersey. Having technical difficulties. I don't know where Brother Ani's at. I don't know where Coop's at. But I guess when they get here, they'll get here. Huh? We'll go there.
Skeleton Crew.
We're on Black Folk time. Let's do it. This episode of Straight Up Podcast. It's a beat ride. Hopefully. Shout out to DJ Record in the chat. What's going on? What's happening? How's it do? Shout out to everybody that's in the chat right now. Thank you for checking out the playback later on.
That is so wrong.
Go ahead and get our sponsors out of the way. Ladies and gentlemen, this episode of Straight Up Podcast is brought to you by Pop Pop's Woodshop. Pop Pop's Woodshop, specializing in custom woodworking, coffee tables, china cabinets. They do it all. They are also dedicated to providing you with top quality work at the utmost professionalism. Give them a call today, 1-800-286-5233. Use the code PICK, P-I-C-K. That's 1-800-286-5233. Ask for Dwayne. Tell him the Straight Up Podcast sent ya. All right. Getting back How's everybody doing today, man? Straight Up Podcast, episode 17. We got Lawrence Howard in the building and our brother Jersey Son, a.k.a. Ricks. What's going on? What's happening?
Another day, man. Right, head out to A6.
Oh, that's what's up. How's the weather up there?
Hot. 90. I don't know what it is today.
The old summertime. I tell you what, the month is running by so fast, man. I swear to you. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's almost over with. I remember it was the end of the month, and now.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
My mic sound crazy. Oh boy, that's some technical difficulty. So
Gotcha.
it's kind of hard.
All right. So yeah, man, not really too much going on except for, you know, in sports world, preseason football action. You know, not really seeing the stars out there. I didn't really get to catch any games. I really didn't have anything on that. Boxing last night, it was a couple good fights on. So not really anything in the sports world. So basically today, man, our topic is why we cheat, and also some scenarios we want to go there as far as some etiquettes and some, you know, situations I want to talk about, and actually ask you guys what would you do in a situation. We'll go from there, and we'll hear a little bit from the chat. Please join us in the near future. We're going to have a few females on and be doing it a back and forth, a male-female type of thing for you women out there that are, you know, asking what about a female's point of view. We're going to make that happen for you. So stay tuned in the near future. We will let you know and give you a little time to make arrangements. But, yeah, that's coming as well. Also, what's going on, JB Swift? Also, coming up, football. We're going to be having Pick'em in the mornings as well. We'll be doing that before 2 p.m., so we'll be shifting the schedule around a little bit. Also, Talk That Stuff coming back Sunday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Those of you that you should check us out, we're coming back in the near future. Haven't picked a date really yet, trying to wait for some things to clear out. So check that out. Brother Ani, tell them about POD, my G.
Could you repeat that again?
You tell them about your podcast times.
Yeah, POD put out the rec. It's typically on Saturdays at 10 p.m.
Bet.
And Brainwashed on Heavy is every other Saturday at 10 p.m. Brainwashed on Heavy pretty much gets into some of the metaphysical and deep scientifical things that's going on in our society that relates to us as people of color as well as the world. And POD, we just get into everyday stuff that people deal with and chop it up and add some insight onto it. So, yeah.
What's up? We got to go check that out as well. You won't be disappointed. Unfiltered, dealing with dope issues. Please be sure to check that out as well. All right, so that's it, man. With that, something I want to get into. Oh, Pot, so how you doing, man? How you feeling?
I'm all right.
Good to have you back, man.
75%, but I'm good. Nice to see you again, too, man. Good to be back.
Like the shirt, brother.
You jealous, that's all.
Half a Panama Jack, nigga? The hell going on
here? You jealous, dog.
Nah, I am.
I was like, oh man, I've been.
Hey Pot.
You just throwing that shirt.
You gonna tell us about the 1-9?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, give me a little bit. Give me a little.
Need to get to a Dunkin' Donuts. Hey, man, you got something to say about the 1-9, man?
I will. What's up?
The people are waiting, man.
We give you some time, man.
Talk about that head cold?
Yeah, give me some time. Yeah, give me some time.
All right. So I guess we'll wait for. I thought Pop was going to, talk about the 1-9, but I guess we'll talk some other time. Shout out to Rod Wallace, JB Swift, DJ Rec in the chat, and all of you that are watching. So, yeah, man, what are we talking about here? I was just looking at some transactions. I guess you guys got a couple more couple more players, man. I guess we'll talk about that. Wow, excuse me. Yeah, so today's subject, man, is why we cheat. There's all kind of cheating going on out there in the world. all kind of, things. We'll talk about that a little later, but I want to kind of bring some scenarios up to you guys, and I need you to tell me how you would handle it. All right, so check it out. So you are, your man's, you knew you were cool with a female and a dude. You put them together. You know them both for probably about the same times. They didn't run in the same circles, but you love him just the same. Okay, so you see old girl, your girlfriend, she out there, she definitely you caught her with someone else in another town. Clearly cheating. How do you handle it? What do you do?
And I see it.
If
I see it.
Yep.
It's a tough one. Well, because you can't assume all the time. It could be a situation where she out.
There was tongue kissing, dog.
Okay.
On the roller
all right. Now we see tongue kissing.
Yep.
Man, he said tongue kissing, yo. He brought old school. He brought the old school. He said there was
and
tongue
that's my
kissing,
man.
dog.
And that's my man. And that's my man. I would have to let it be known. If I seen it with my own eyes, whatever I see with my own eyes, I gotta go with. Now, if someone brought it up to me, I'll dismiss it. But if I see shit with my own eyes, I gotta let it be known.
So, you having the same kind of investment in both relationships, you would have to go to your other friend and let him know what the deal is.
I would have to.
I got you.
That's such a tough decision because depending on how much he in love with that woman, man, some cats, man, when you try to deliver, something like that to them, you gotta work your way in. You just can't.
I get that part. That's why you can't go all out in detail. Just just put it out there. Yo, I seen your girl, boom back, with whoever. Leave it at that. Or if you that bull, you don't give a fuck. Tell them same tongue kissing. It is what it is.
But with some certain people they'll get mad at you. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah. That's what I'm getting at. I get that. But like I say, if I see it, I can't let that ride. And that's my man. Even if that's my home girl.
Right.
I gotta bring it to both of them. You know what I mean? Because you can't have me in a situation. You know what I mean? Now I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling some type of way. Y'all come together. I'm looking at I'm in an awkward position now.
Right. Because what happens when they say split up? Or what's his face seeing me, and all of a sudden,
right?
You trying to.
Now that comes back on me. Yo, well, you supposed to be my man. Why you ain't tell me? Blah blah blah. I thought we supposed to be blah blah blah. Day one, and all this BS. So I gotta let it be known to both parties, man.
Right, because you think about it, this dude, love is blind sometimes, and depending on the relationship, this dude might be stuck in the clouds, man, and this female running game on him, doing her thing, way out in left field somewhere, north, probably 100 miles away, and you happen to run into him. So, sometimes you got to bring light to where it is not. I see that,
And you don't have to go into details. Just tell your man, open his eyes, man. Just tell your man, open his eyes, pay
I'm telling you the best approach. Be like, yo, y'all broke up?
I like that.
Yeah. Hey, yo, man. I thought y'all was, you know what I mean? Like, what you talking about?
I like that.
Nah, we good. Well, what's up?
That's so how you do it, man.
What'd you say after that? Yeah, we good. We good. Ain't no problems. What's up? Why you say that?
Yeah, you gotta.
Man, what do you say after that?
Yo,
what do you say after that?
Be like, yo, I seen homegirl out in the situation. And I would tell my man, like, I ain't trying to break nobody up. I ain't trying to cause confusion. Like I said, at the same time, I'm in an awkward situation.
Right.
You know what I mean? It ain't even about saving myself. It's just I can't be a part of no one's lives and no one's games. You ain't gonna put me in the middle of that.
Yeah, you actually want to make let you want to know what's important and what's not really important and what to take serious. You know what I mean? Like what's going on.
I look at it differently than I did 20 years ago. 20 years ago, I was younger. Now, my age, especially right now, like, life is too short. So if someone that I loved affectionately and, why were you wasting your time with someone that's a no good when, hey, man, you got to wake up. Because let's say that you don't say nothing and he wastes another 5 years with this woman and he ends up finding out she starts getting sloppy. And maybe he has a zero tolerance policy for the bullshit. and all of a sudden he just wasted 5 years of his life. You can't get that time back, man. You know, and like I said, his head's in the clouds. He's just in love, man. She could do no wrong. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. That's a tough, 20 years ago, I'd have been like, I'd have stayed out of it because if, I probably would have just stayed out of it. But nah,
if that's my right hand man, I'm not gonna do that to him.
That's your homegirl too, though. And
I'm coming to her too. I'm coming, yo, you foul, that's boom back. I gotta, and like she gotta respect that. He gotta be like, you know what I mean? I'm in an awkward situation, yo.
Yeah. You might wanna step to her first and just let her know I know or I saw.
So
let
she
her
can bring it to him, right?
And then say, yo, if you don't clear this up, that's my man. So I'm gonna give you some time to get this right. If not, I'm gonna tell him, because in hindsight, it's a catch-22. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Yep. So you might as well just do it. And if you tell your homeboy, then I think the situation is more or less, if you keep it to yourself and the shit comes out later, and you knew and you didn't say nothing, he's gonna be mad at you.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Well, yep.
Yeah, that's the shit. That's how it works. That's how the shit works. It's very complicated. Very complicated.
So give her put the ball in her court to say, yo, go get right with that. I'm gonna give you some time. If not, I'm stepping in because that's my man.
Yeah, I can go with that. I can definitely go with that.
I like that. And let her do it in her way, right?
If she's the one, she definitely has to make it right.
Yep.
She has to let it be known.
Yep. It's accountability. She gonna have to take responsibility for that, and that's part of her taking responsibility. So yeah, that kind of leaves you out to try to break the news to him, and she gonna do it now because hey, he's gonna find out. Do you want him to find out from me, or you want to tell him? But yeah.
Either way, it's still gonna be that. It's still gonna be awkward, man. Even like, do you still fuck with your homegirl? Do you keep them separate now? Like, you know what I mean? That whole dynamic is a mess.
I kind of feel like that would kind of mess the relationship up with my homegirl because I hook y'all up and you do this. So kind of like, you're not only being disloyal to him, but I kind of feel like I got a kind of stake in it too because I didn't put y'all together and I didn't, put my man out there.
Yeah, that was that part.
That relationship wouldn't be the same anymore either.
I wouldn't even be thinking about it super deep. The bottom line is they gonna have to figure that out. You just covered your ass on, your responsibility to whomever. If your responsibility is to your homeboy to have his back, then have his back. But they gotta sort that out. Don't attach too much responsibility on you for some shit that they're going through. Let
me ask you
don't
this.
do that to yourself.
Do the roles change if it was him that got caught out there? How would you handle it the same way?
Yeah, that's a nice one. I like that. You say two good friends. You said both.
Yeah, y'all say the same kind of affection across the board.
The woman and the man are both like best friends.
Grew up on our block, went to the same school. Y'all was around. Never touched each other. Always had a great platonic relationship.
Damn,
but typically, what I do, I just tell my homeboys, "You fucking up." Yo, you fucking up. Just let it. Just, you know what I'm saying. If you have that loyalty to them, and I'm just gonna keep it a being. Loyalty is gonna be a little bit higher to somebody, to either one of them. It's not gonna be the same.
So, that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah. So the loyalty is gonna be a little bit higher with one of them.
Yep.
And if it's the homeboy, you have to draw the line in the sand to let him know where you stand on this position and say, yo, I don't agree with X, Y, and Z. You fucking up. I know you're going to do what you're going to do, but I just want to let you know I think you fucking up. You know what I'm saying? Because what is your worth if you can't have that position and still be cool? What is your worth to somebody if you can't just keep it 100?
You got to be able to speak the truth. If that's your man, you got to be able to speak the truth.
Right.
At least he would respect you for the shit later, because if the shit go to hell in a handbasket and he wind up in a fucked up situation or losing out, he's gonna come to you later and be like, you know what, you was right. I should have listened to you.
Mm-hmm.
So that means you did what you were supposed to do as a friend, and that's it. There's no more, you know what I'm saying? No more obligation.
So the dude, so your homeboy, he gets the pass, but the female, nah, you fucked up. you gonna have to tell boy. So we don't give dude the same. We're saying
that all depends on the level of loyalty to which has the more loyalty.
So you
if I've known my homeboy longer than her,
right?
Then it's not even a pass. It's just more or less. You still got to leave responsibility on the individual. Number one,
right.
You got to do that.
Definitely.
Number two, if you have more of a history with the female, and she fucking up, you gonna sing her the same song. Yo, what you doing is fucked up. I'm just want to let you know that. But But when you loyal to a person like that, you let them know where you stand on it, and then they go from there. So if however it turns out, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna have to come back to you and be like, "Yo, you was right," but you gotta let that play out.
Right.
She's on the other foot, and it's your homeboy who's doing right, and she fucking up, and your loyalty is more to him. Then leave it to her to fix that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would start there.
Yeah.
But if I, you know what I mean, like I say, if I keep seeing it, the thing, you know what I mean, things is just getting awkward, I'm gonna have to put it all out there.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, I'm not gonna give a fuck because I'm not gonna be the awkward one in the room trying to cover everybody else shit up.
Right. You suffering from the
you
shit.
You don't go down in flames. You know why? Because when you know something, you have an obligation. Yeah. So that's it. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be blowback on you. It's like, damn, why y'all fucking mad at me? Or why you mad at me?
Right.
Because nigga, you knew. You ain't say nothing.
Right.
So once you know, something has to happen.
Yep.
You can't even delete yourself from the equation once you know. That's why in certain legal situations, in criminal situations, motherfucker be like, don't tell me no details. I don't want to know nothing.
Yep.
I know you're doing something, but don't tell me.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I got a scenario.
All right.
Someone I know, right? Female.
Mm-hmm.
She has two female friends, right? And one of the female friends is has a man, but the other girl is fucking her man.
Damn.
You get what I'm saying? Now,
yeah.
She's in an awkward situation. She knows about it, but what should she do? Now, this is a female situation. I think is different from a male situation. Now, what would she do in that situation? Should she tell the homegirl she's known the longest, or just let that shit ride out and let her homegirls figure that shit out?
She knows about it though, so
she knows, and that's just eating away at her because she trying to. You know what I mean, everybody want to be
poor her for having to go
right
through
way.
that. She gotta get that off first. She gotta clear that off. The chick that's fucking a man is foul. She deserves to be outed, yo. That's my thing. My
But at the same time, it's not the other chick's fault because dude playing the game. You know what I mean?
Right.
She don't. You know what I mean? Now she knows about it, but chicks don't give a fuck. She playing the game too.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just that's a rough situation. But I couldn't put myself in that situation. I would think I would have to distance myself from that shit.
You want to stay out,
I
but
would say you might have to turn invisible on that one.
Could you have the opportunity to turn visible? I mean, maybe in that situation, that maybe because you don't know boy, and the chick, you're both wrong. I mean, maybe you could walk away. But she is eating at her though, so she got to do something.
Yeah. I think
how we feel like we are responsible for things like that. I mean, you know, I know we got a connection with these people and everything, but it's how we just take responsibility for other people's actions. You know what I mean? That's just like so like a.
You taking on that stress, like you actually taking on their problems, their stress.
Yeah, that's. I don't know, man. We was taught and raised on some crazy shit.
Amen to that.
I'm not gonna hold on to your problem. I ain't fuck that.
I always looked at it too, like when you know, like if a person, like you know, I know this is a different situation, but it's kind of relative. Like if you seen an animal or a person, whatever have you, starving or something like that, and they died. You know, like you know, something died is that a responsibility that you neglected because you spotted the action, you spotted the, you know, what was going on, but it's nothing to do with you, so you just kept going? Is that a responsibility for you as a human to somehow, you know, help that individual or thing? Like, you know, if you seen something hurt and it died later on down the line.
I mean, you speak on it, but you don't.
Is it no responsibility once you know? Once you know, like we talking about, once you know, once you see shit and all that stuff, you become. And if you know the outcome of it is bad, but if you would have,
not my responsibility.
Yeah, I'm saying, but if you would have acted, it could have changed the whole thing, and that motherfucker.
You don't know that. How would you know that though?
No, I'm saying, but no, I'm saying, but by knowing, like we saying, is sort of we humans and animals and everything else, like we intelligent, bro. You know, I guess y'all know this. Like we do have act on God, like we act on
instinct. Some things
a reflection of our life. Like if we was going through something like that, dying, and that person didn't want nothing to do with it because they didn't know you, so they kept going and you died. You know, shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, but that person that walked by and let that happen could have changed the whole world for you. But instead, since they didn't know you or anything, they just kept going. You know what I mean? So it's like, did they have a responsibility because they already involved, because they, you know, seen it and they had leverage there to help you, whatever, and they just kept going because they just didn't know you. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say it's their responsibility. I'm just saying, but not saying it's their responsibility, but they could have changed the whole reality of it. That's all.
If they we all can change the whole reality. Right.
I'm just saying, but you could just whatever. If they die anyway, whatever happened, but still, you had a hand to change their whole reality. Like, could have saved them or made it better.
I want to be passive. I want to just stay out of it. But that, you know,
that's what I'm saying. But that's so bad though from us though.
But you're just a friend though. You got a loyalty to that person, and like Dre said, is who. And Tiffany just said this in the chat. It depends on who you have the most loyalty with. So yeah, it would have to be. You have to. Now you're in it. You have a responsibility to that person to not let them go on getting suckered. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's a tough one, man. I hear what you're saying.
But I just, for my sanity and how I move, and me putting myself in certain situations, I'm not allowing nobody to do that. And if it does come along, I'll say what I gotta say, and I'll gauge the situation on how I gotta say it.
Yeah.
And then I'll move on from there. But I'm not constantly going to be around those people, and no, I'm not mans and no mans. That's still my man. Got love for both of them, but I can distance myself very easily.
Right. Let me ask you this. Now, say if you were in those shoes, would you want to know? Like, say.
Hell yeah. Motherfucker, tell me. I don't give a fuck if they see them having sex, orals. I don't give. Tell me. Come to my face. Look me dead in my eye. And yo, this is what I seen. Boom. Right. I ain't with the sensitive of getting into my feelings. Now, if you come to me with rumors, I don't want to hear nobody's rumors.
Yeah, you gotta be very careful with that, ladies.
But if you seen something with your own eyes, please come to me. And as y'all on this panel and everybody in the media world listening, please come to me.
Right on.
I'm not gonna feel no way about you. I'm not. You trying to sabotage me? You feeling something? You want her? You trying to? Nah.
But
that's always the first thing.
There has been that scenario has happened a lot of times. Oh, you just want it for yourself.
Sure, indeed. That's why I said you gotta be careful when you like approach a motherfucker.
Man, then that bitch ain't for me. If she, excuse my language, but she not for me. If they conspiring to do some shit like that, none of them are for me, man. He ain't for me, she ain't for me, and I'm going by my own direction.
Not in a wasting time, bro. Especially this part of my life. I don't want to waste time.
It's too much confusion, man.
Right. All right, guys. Let's move along to the question is, why do we cheat? No, let's not do that right now. Let's do this one. We've been on cheating for a minute. Why aren't we getting married anymore? Let's talk about that. Why aren't we getting married anymore?
Because of Dr. Dre, brother.
Nah, yo, pretty much a lot of people are hearing bad experience for marriage. Even if you talking to the young heads, they come up to you, ask you questions. You tell them, I know my experience ain't gonna be good. I'm not gonna lie to them.
Right.
But also I'm not gonna be like, yo, don't get married. Everybody does what they feel is best for them.
Right.
But at the same time, a lot of experience I know from the people around me, there aren't good experiences.
That's true, for sure.
Now, there's one or two that, made it. Beautiful. That's a beautiful thing. I wish more could make it.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is, it don't happen.
Them numbers don't equal out nowhere near the truth, right? Yo, that's like 1 to 1,000,000, yo, of a good marriage.
Check this scenario out. I'm not a millionaire. I'm like I make a good 700,000 a year. I got some bread, I got property, I got a lot of stuff. And I might not get married because I'm trying to protect my investment because, I'm on that level. I'm not a millionaire, but I'm close to it. I probably got a good meal in the bank. I'm comfortable. So a woman comes along, I probably didn't get that I probably didn't get there being stupid. So I always got my radar on that women are gonna be popping in my life trying to get what I got and try to gold diggers. So I'm looking at that like, if I marry you and things don't work out, you possibly could take me down and take half of what I got. So I think a lot of people are staying clear of that, man, unless certain situations and stuff. But man, you gotta be wary. You gotta be aware that there's gonna be people coming out the woodworks, man, females, all kind of females, because you have what you have, and that shit ain't genuine. How many, would Trump pull in what he been pulling in if he worked for the trash company?
But even the broke niggas who getting married. So they ain't got no money.
That's that love bug.
You hear me?
That's that love bug. That's that emotional love bug. That's real marriage, if anything.
I got you.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, yeah, I had some technical difficulties.
All right.
From what you just said, Aaron, well, look at it like this. I don't think marriage has anything to do with your money nor a gold digger. I think all this shit boils down to what is going to be compatible for you at the end of the day. And if you choosing a chick that has an agenda or like there's certain shit that needs to be.
Yo.
Man,
we lost him. We'll get him right back. I hear what he's saying. I look at it at the business contract aspect because
that's how I look at it. That's all
now. It's a business contract. So how many times Jordan's wife, even though this bro bred it up, she got half of what he made. You know what I'm saying? Like all
that hard work go to somebody that didn't do nothing but have sex with you and have babies.
Yeah, but what about if I get married? I ain't making a lot of money. I ain't making nowhere near Jordan, Trump, whoever. But
I mean, hey,
and I'm getting married. She ain't got too much to give. She can't get nothing from me. She ain't really got much. I can't get nothing from her.
You gotta be, hey, bro. When I got married, I turned my pockets outside. I knew that shit was genuine. I knew that shit.
Nah, but that's what I'm saying. At one point, love is there, right?
Right.
It has to be something. It has to be something there to even, especially if there's no money involved.
Right.
We ain't trying to marry into money. So now we both on the same levels. We both ain't got shit, right?
Right.
We get married. I can't get enough from him. He can't get enough from him. Now you figure that will build up, and the relationship will get tighter. That shit necessarily don't happen that way. If anything, from like I say, from the situations I've seen, situations I've been in, they grow more apart.
Right. Right.
Now, go ahead.
No, listening.
So my question is it the institution of marriage or is it the people that we get married to?
That's what I'm saying. Because
marriage itself is contractual, so it just has no good vibe to it anyway to me. So from
I don't
the
like
door.
the, I don't like the papers. Me signing the papers. I'm not definitely and that's just
not
going off.
love.
That's going off my experience. Nah, that was and what happened after that was pure evilness. But I'm not signing no more papers no more because too much can be controlled that way.
Tiffany says prenup. I get that, but there's loopholes around that when you've been married for a certain amount of time, I believe. And See Me Hustle says marriage ain't got nothing to do with love.
Oh, yeah, I love that nigga.
I can't say that.
Yeah, I mean, guy,
I could see where you're coming from with that.
I can.
To a degree, marriage has nothing to do with love, simply because when you love somebody to a degree of unconditional, it doesn't matter if you're married or not.
Exactly.
Okay. Tiffany asked this question. She says, so you should only get married if both of y'all broke, so neither one gets anything?
No. You shouldn't get married if you're not ready. If you're not ready to get married, you shouldn't, because
but
to me,
that's how you know the love there. If both of y'all are broke, and can't nobody get nothing from nobody. So that's when the love comes into play. That's when the love should come into play.
I think marriage should only be discussed from a business perspective when it comes to two people. That's my.
And that's
because it's a business. So I think getting married, strip away all the fluff, strip away all the extravagant shit that you're gonna spend money on, this, that, and the third, cake and all that shit, right? When you get down to what the institution of marriages really is, it's a contract, and that contract is between two people for business reasons. When you really look at it, take for instance, if you get sick, right? You're in the hospital, you're married. That means legally, in a court of law, your mate, your wife, your husband, or whomever have legal jurisdiction over your estate. It's all about business at the end of the day when it comes to a marriage.
Yeah.
Love is something totally different. So I think marriage should come into play.
I disagree with that. Love has to be in a marriage. And I've been married. For you to do all that, you have to love somebody, to take care of somebody, and there has to be some part of love in that. Now, marriage can be a business proposal, for sure. But from my experience, love has to be there. For you to go to all them extremes, love has to be there. There's a thin line between love and hate.
A lot of people get married and don't really be in goofy ass love, to be honest with you. I'm not saying everybody, but the majority of it.
99.8%, yeah, 98%.
That's true.
But most of the time, you gotta think about how women look at marriage and how men look at marriage. Men look at marriage more as a castle, a family to build on, whatever, boom, boom, boom.
I agree with that.
You have women that look at marriage as leverage, like, you know what I mean? Like, depending on your status, like, most women really want the protection, everything, so they don't have to live the life, of maybe working and doing all this stuff, and they can like you, or they could still marry and be with you for years and don't like your ass. You know what I mean? But the thing about it is, they also wake up different every morning. You know what I mean? Like, motherfucker could marry you and don't love you like a month later. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. But so that's why love is more of a I always treat love like relationships. How many times motherfuckers said they was in love in relationships? You know what I mean? And you not with that.
I'm taking my marriage for example. The shit I've done for my ex-wife and the shit she's done for me, there would have to be some part of love in that. There would have to be love in that. Even if this is a small bit,
right?
There has to be some love in that.
Yeah, there's always
the foundation, but
then most of the time, we need to talk about what actually is love.
Yeah, because that's
love. What is that all about?
That's
LOVE.
That's a hell of a question.
Hey, CME Hustle has a definition of love. Malcolm says love is that American Disney dream that got people thinking that's what it's about.
We love you, C Hustle.
Tiffany Beautifully Me says some people don't have the mental strength to deal with the good and bad parts of marriage.
I don't believe that's it though. I really believe
love is good and bad. Love is good and bad.
People just get tired of people, man. People get tired of people just want a new car sometimes. People want a new building. They want to refurnish their house. People want to, and that's why love is something that you're playing with. That's a real vital thing you're playing with, because like I said, you can like this thing right now that you're dealing with, and then you be like, I'm not.
That ain't love, man. That ain't really love. That ain't really love.
But that's what I'm trying to say. But see, nobody could determine a temporary love feeling in a one that can go further. You know what I mean? That love that you're talking about, like you can really be in love like that with somebody for the first year and don't give a damn about them. But you know what I mean? So it's like you're really taking chances when you messing with stuff like contracts and shit like that. That's why I would never do it, because you can love the shit out of me right now, and all of a sudden you have a change of heart, or somebody else, stole your mind, or you just got tired of seeing my face every day, or everything got a little kind of boring. There's a lot of shit involved in that shit, man. So it's like,
and to go with what you're saying, I agree. Like, even though I've been married, I'm not signing them contracts again. Like, not to say nobody can be in love, but I'm just not signing those contracts again.
They don't work with emotions. It's like you're mixing contract with emotion. You're mixing.
That's what I was about to say.
You mixing your heart.
You got one part is business and one part is emotions, and they try to blend the two.
Right.
It's like religion and politics and shit like that. Like, people don't like mixing certain things. You really shouldn't mix emotions with contracts.
Word, yo. Like I said, I've been through this shit, man. I've been through this shit. Once these emotions come, it's a thin line between love and hate. I'm gonna tell you this. Once them emotions come into play, shit get real ugly, man. Shit gets ugly.
That's why you should not mix contracts with emotions. Marriage, the way it is from a European construct, is some bullshit in its essence, the way they got it structured. So, go back to slavery time. We considered a bond first to be emotional between the black man and the black woman. Something simple as jumping a fucking broom symbolized us being married. It just was that simple. So if you could take jumping the broom and say we married and we honored that shit, then marriage is the bond between and the mental agreement between two people. And they got shit to do with contracts. Contracts is some European shit that came in later.
Yeah, I agree.
So marriage in essence, is who you take in as your mate, and y'all have that karmic entanglement, and y'all have that emotional agreement, because that's what it is, that y'all gonna do X, Y, and Z, and y'all feel that in your being emotionally. So the contract part is the shit that they came up to make money off of, to have leverage, to control, to divide, and it is what it is. And we've learned that system, and we think that's normal. And nature keeps teaching us that if it was normal, even from a religious perspective, because they go to the Bible and try to validate marriage, but the bottom line is, if it was something that was sanctioned by nature, then there would be no such thing as divorce. We wouldn't have shows like Divorce Court. We wouldn't even have this fucking discussion. We would come into this world, we would meet our mates, and universally and naturally, we just would be with our mates, and that's what it would be. We would be falling out with our mates and deciding mentally that we don't want to be with them. If it was natural, it would just be.
Right. And you know what, too? You know what, too, though?
Pot, Tiffany answered you. Tiffany says, Pot, that goes back to having mental strength to stick with that commitment you made.
But that's the thing. But I understand
both parties have to have that. Both parties have to have the mental strength.
Still, but when you're dealing with that, that's risky, bro. Because like I said, people change. So
it's very risky.
You want to sign your name to, you know what I mean?
I lived that shit, nigga. I'm trying to tell you, I lived that shit.
You don't want to sign your name to just how y'all feel, man. You know what I mean? Like you said, like if you do get married, make a good business deal too.
Exactly.
Make sure that person is business compatible, where y'all both really need each other. Like y'all both to a point where, that
making this shit sound real easy. I'm making this shit sound real easy.
No, I'm just saying, but if you're gonna do it, make sure the partner is on equal basis. You know what I mean? Make sure that two companies that's working together are both good companies, not one company hanging on to another company and sucking it dry and that company fall apart. You know what I mean?
What you just spoke of, the switch up, right? That happens, right?
And the switch up you referring to, Ricks, is the emotional switch up.
the feelings.
Yeah.
That part of marriage should not have shit to do with, like I said before, the contract.
But women don't operate that way though. If a woman
They like the fantasy part, but they also have agendas too, especially if they know you can take care of them for the rest. Because all they really do is work for that certain amount of years, and then they like, yo, I'm ready to leave them. How much can I get? Women shit
Man,
already
if you
negotiating.
don't think that happens, you crazy. If you don't think that happens, man, I see the whole playbook.
But that goes because men will get married for agendas too. You know.
Oh yeah.
So you kind of reap what you sow. You kind of like, you know what contract you got yourself in. Especially it seems like when people get real rich, they ready to, especially men, they ready to find this dime piece and knock her up and marry her. Really, you know what I mean?
How rare do you see? Would you see
rich
someone...
men quick to get married, man?
I got married young though, so
yeah.
My question is, how many marriages end based on business deals versus emotions?
Good freaking question. I like that. Yeah.
And in my situation, it wasn't, because I was young. It wasn't no business plan. It was more, we in love, we having, you know what I'm saying, having a good time, the feelings right. The energy is right at the moment. Why don't we do this? You know what I mean? Everything just seems right. We'll have some beautiful children together.
Yep. And all that is based on emotions, and all that is based on something that is ever changing. Contracts are structured not to change, nigga. Emotions change. Like Pot said, motherfucker can wake up today and decide, you know what, I don't even want to do this shit no more. And they have the free will to do that shit. You can't do nothing about it.
My contract changed too, though. I signed the contract. That contract changed too. Everything changed. Shit, divorce, the ended.
Oh, you mean
divorce? Contract. What I signed, no more is no longer valid.
But that was a clause. That was a clause in the fact that if a party decides they don't want to do business with you no more, that's pretty much what it is. I don't want to do business with you no more, so I'm opting out of this. So that's what divorce is. It's a business separation from the corporation, and that's it.
Now let's take it this way. Now, what if they changed marriage to this degree? Okay, when you sign that contract, there's no way in hell you can get out unless somebody's abusively beat down or. I'm just saying, like, when you make it more strict and make where there's no advantage unless, like, again, somebody beat somebody up and you got to get out of it, like somebody.
Don't Jehovah's Witnesses do that?
Hold up, though.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Would that person still get married?
No.
If you can't back
you know
out,
what I'm saying? Like as a
clause?
woman, like, damn, I still gotta be married with this man, even if I don't love him no more. I can't. You know, would they really be like?
I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want nobody that.
I'm just saying, but what if you couldn't get out of it anymore? People wouldn't get married that much.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
You're like, nah, I don't really love that nigga like that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So it's like, I love him now, but damn, I'm thinking long term.
Forever? I gotta look at this nigga forever?
Right.
Yeah, forever.
And you know what? That's a good question, because the fact of the matter is, here's the bullshit in the contract and in the institution. The fact that you have the option at some point to dissolve this contract allows people to go into the contract even more, knowing this shit don't work out, I could just get a divorce.
Backdoor clause, right?
So that in itself, because if you look at the contract and you look at the religious part, and the religious part says, till death do us part, for better or worse. Niggas don't honor that shit.
Sickness or health, death do us part.
How was that BS, Tiffany? Can you tell me? You said, come, that's BS. Can you retype that, please? You guys should check my my picture. There's chat's on there too. You guys can see it.
So you got religion on one hand telling you what Pot just gave you the scenario for, and then you got the contract part saying, if you don't like this shit for whatever reason, you can get a divorce. So the corporation is telling you, I'm gonna bind your ass, and you can dissolve the contract if something happens. And then the religious part is telling you, if you get married, this shit is supposed to be till you die. So you got two contradicting factors that they putting together and telling you that this is supposed to be some shit that's ordained from God. The fuck out of here with that, man. That shit don't even make sense.
Salute. I like that. Salute.
Word up.
Yo, man, like I said, when people start looking at things in real long term, the fantasy part kind of wears itself out a little bit.
Oh, that's gonna wear out. That's gonna get old real
when the
quick.
honeymoon's over, man.
You know,
that gets old real quick, man. When
So
when the shit hits the fan, the kids come to play, y'all mad at each other, nobody wants to talk. When the shit hits the fan.
Yep.
But I got something for y'all too. I got one more thing. Hold up. But smart people that get married, they might not even love each other no more and everything, but they make sure they business part of marriage working, and they just date other people. They don't even really be sexually anymore.
But those are the business-minded individuals who go in with a business fucking plan and understand at the end of the day, our corporation and our empire is more important than our fucking emotions, because at the end of the day, the emotions are going to change, and this shit may go left between us. But we
then, do I want that title that I'm married? If you saying all that, do I want that title that says I'm married? Then we can be business partners some other way. Do I want that title saying we married?
But let me add on to that. You take most high-powered corporate people, you take politicians, royalty. These people behind closed doors don't fucking like each other. They got mistresses, they got kids, and they got all types of shit going on. Right. But when you see them in the public eye, their corporate stance called marriage needs to be presented as a united front. Yep. No matter what you see, because that's a part of the grand that you need to have of a strong foundation as a power couple, a couple who exudes the example of royalty and wealth.
But what about regular people? What about these regular folk though that ain't really in the public eye? Don't nobody need to see shit. Ain't nobody.
Because they seeing it as love and fantasy more than business, and you know,
exactly.
And like so, some some people are locked more in the fantasy part about it, and the other people is locked in like, yo, this how we gonna deal with it, like
everybody's not business minded. Okay. Right. I get what everybody's saying. I get what everybody's saying. Yeah. Everybody's not business minded. Right. So everybody's not, oh yeah, we're gonna have a business, we're gonna create this. Some people just want to be in a setting of just love and peace.
That's why you shouldn't get married when you feel like that. You don't even need marriage for that. You don't need marriage for that.
I agree.
Right.
So so real quick, go ahead, Malcolm. Answer Tiffany. She wants to know, why should women marry young and men marry old? Answer that question. So it looks like to me that if you go into the marriage and say you have you have a business mindset, mostly people that like the Trumps and stuff, you have a business mindset when you get married, and when someone that comes in as dead broke, both of y'all broke, obviously love is power in that relationship.
And that usually dies out too, most of the time.
So what's the question? Why should women marry young?
All this shit dying out.
Yeah, Malcolm said
that flame hard to keep
Malcolm
going.
Says women should marry young, men should marry older. Frankly, men just aren't ready when they're young. I get that.
Nah, men, men are always really ready to be. In my opinion, a man, when he finds a woman that he really loves, I mean, we men, but at the same time, I think men can really work that out. I mean, I think men are better at the fantasy with the, with the marriage. And like I said, men usually when they get married, they want to raise a family. They want to be the head of the household, whatever you want to call it, and all that stuff. And when a woman, again, gets married, she wants that structural power. And she doesn't have to be in love with you to get that. That's why, she can make the decisions that she want to do. She just need to put the time in, because it's like they give her an option, like, okay, my 3 years is up. I really don't want to sleep with this nigga no more. And I can make more money being away from him.
Tiffany,
you can make more money from a motherfucker not being with him. Just like child support. It's cheaper to be with him.
I'm gonna answer that question too.
Child support.
It's cheaper to be with her than be without her. So it's the same thing. Like, women think that way too. Like, damn, stay with him and just live as a wife of this, or leave him and take damn near half his money and enjoy my life and roll on. And I, you know what I mean? Like, for the rest of my life. I don't have to.
That's not an option for everybody. Taking money and getting half shit, and a lot of niggas ain't got shit to take.
Right.
That's not an option for everybody.
That's what I said. That's the fantasy.
You gonna have half the couch? Go ahead.
That's why we were saying when niggas get married, they go and choose a woman, some high caliber foreign woman or something like that turn them on and they ready to throw all their paper right
toilet bowl stopper. Here, take it.
Let me answer the question about why women. Should marry
I'm sorry
young.
about that. I forgot the question. That was bad on my part.
All good.
Women should marry young, simply because, I feel like a man should be farther along in his evolution when it comes to women. And there's certain things that men have to burn out faster than women, as far as our hunt for the opposite sex. Number one, that's always going to be there, but that's something that we need to burn out somewhat because we are programmed to chase. That's just what it is. I didn't make the shit up. It's in our DNA, but we are programmed to chase. And there's a degree where that starts to slow down a little bit. We get a little bit more intelligent about our decisions. I think a woman should marry young, based on the fact that when shit happens, you need a man who's able to execute, figure shit out, and be a person who solves issues and challenges and be more established.
Right.
You take a woman who marries along her age or younger, if something comes up, both of y'all sitting there looking stupid like, who gonna change the tire? Because this nigga looking like he don't even know how to fucking change the tire because he young as fuck and never had to change the tire. So my thing is, I think men should be more groomed and prepared out here in the real world. So when they marry a woman that's younger than them, this woman now has someone who can go into the fight and solve the situation versus they both sitting there waiting on talking about call your dad, see if he'll come pick us up. Bullshit like that. Like women don't respect shit like that. You got to be a problem solver. You got to be a motherfucker who execute. You got to be a person who comes up with solutions. And when you can do that, most men are a little bit older, a little bit mature, and our chase has calmed down a little bit, and we are established. We got a fucking car. We got things. We've been there, done that. But when she's with a dude who's trying to figure life out, like she's trying to figure life out, y'all both fucking, y'all gonna come to a point where y'all gonna probably outgrow each other.
Yeah, that's destined. We're in the chat. Welcome RTO Beats. What up, though, Mike Notes? Men want beauty. Malcolm says men want beauty. Women are at their most beautiful at a young age. Women need security and protection for the family. Men are at their financial best at an older age. Yeah.
I disagree.
All right.
Because I know some fine older women. I don't know what he talking about.
But see, definitely.
That goes to a mindset. That goes to a mindset because you got some men who are so stuck on. That's their fetish. They like young women.
Right.
I know some.
Now a woman wants that security. She wants to feel protected. She wants the feeling of a man.
Exactly. And most men out here, just because they're male, they're not men.
That's very true. That's very true.
Hey, I'll tell you too, and like you say, two people come into a relationship. They've been high school sweethearts. They get married. They're both broke, and they grow together. And they get a business. They make a lot of money. You rarely see people that start that way. Actually, it always most of the time ends in divorce, man. It just does, and
it happens.
And most of divorces are initiated by women. 99% of it is initiated by women. Men are always willing to negotiate and try to work the shit out or whatever they got to do. But most of the time,
I'm agree with you on that one, brother.
I'm gonna add on to the high school sweetheart scenarios. I think when you marry young and y'all are both at that same point in your evolutionary process and growing together, y'all gonna go through hell.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna have some breakups, y'all gonna have some cheating, might have some outside kids and all this other bullshit because you're growing and you're learning life. But here's the thing. If those two individuals are able to make it through all that bullshit and come out on the other side, they make for good marriages.
Yeah.
I agree with that shit.
And I salute them because they are what life is supposed to be like.
Exactly.
The fucked up shit that you can't even imagine. And if you can come out on the other side,
still standing, still together, still standing. That's the
and we still
thing.
together.
you are the epitome of what marriage is supposed to be. Because you
totally agree.
And work it through and come out on the other side. And they'll tell you, we can tell you some stories. Don't think shit's easy.
Ain't been easy. But that's, you know what fueled that? The fucking love, man. That's the love did. The love kept the fire that kept them together, man.
The unconditional love.
Unconditional love.
And I'm gonna keep going back to that.
You know what? When you say that, Ricks, it's funny how everything goes against that with marriage anyway. Because like he was like Dre was saying and everything else, unconditional, but all that stuff is like the whole thing with the divorces and all that stuff don't even equal out to that. Like it's like.
Because that shit is based on conditions, nigga. All that shit is based on conditions. And if you compromise one or more conditions, it ends in divorce.
Yep.
Right. Unconditional ain't based on none of that.
Wow.
Yep.
Pot, since you've been through 1-9 and all that, so you looking to get married to the right one?
Nah, man, I don't care about marriage too much, man. I'm at the age where I passed that phase. You know what I mean? I actually never wanted to get married. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean? It was always a little fantasy in my head, but deep down inside, man, I never want to get married, man. And that was proven through my experiences and how I felt about the woman in front of me. Most of the time, I can love them and everything, but when they mention marriage, it kind of fade away. The love, the little fantasy shit.
It's not like you didn't have babies though. You got babies out there. So
yeah, I got babies, and I was willing. Like, actually, I probably would have married one of them if they would have put a fucking hammer on me and knocked me the fuck out and chained me down and made me sign something. I probably would have signed the contract. But I'm just saying. But I realize who I am, and I don't blame them. They were good women. I really, if anything, I always take the blame because I start to see who I really am as time go in.
I ain't the marrying type, baby. I ain't the marrying type.
I just like to be. I'm like a fucking lion, a tiger. I like to be in the jungle and enjoy the whole jungle. I don't. I'm not saying that that I'm looking to be this and that, but I wouldn't mind having a castle and having. I wouldn't mind having all that, but I don't need marriage for it. You know what I mean?
I respect that, man.
You know what I mean? I just don't need marriage for it. I would take a chance.
That shit ain't for everybody, man. That shit is not for everybody.
Right.
Everybody.
You can make your own marriage, gather all your best friends and everything, and like I'm celebrating this strong relationship that I have.
That's the way it needs to be done.
That's how we did it back in the day. It's what we made it, not what somebody told us.
Yeah, because they get money too. You know how the government work. They all, but see, the thing is, we always looked at. I know why they have marriage and everything too, because it's a good way to. It might not mean nothing with poor people or anything, but when rich people get a lot of money, there's a lot of money to make when marriage is in, you know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of shit. Like you can keep a nigga from being, you can take a billionaire and take damn near half his money.
A lot is at stake. A lot is at stake when you're rich and you got that bread. Shit. Like I said, I was a poor nigga and a lot was at stake, nigga. A lot was at stake, nigga.
Indeed.
What?
Dr. Dre, man, I always think about Dr. Dre. What he paying? $380,000.
Fuck Dr. Dre, nigga. Nigga, fuck Dr. Dre, nigga. Like I said, I'm a regular nigga, man. They murdering niggas out here, man. Fuck that. I don't give a fuck about them. Not in that manner, just in the sense of financial money shit.
Yeah,
man. They murdering little niggas out here, man. I'm telling you.
He upped the life insurance to $2 million right before his death 2
man.
weeks ago.
Oh my goodness.
I see that shit. Right.
Man, your work can get you killed.
A lot of shit. It's a lot of shit I can say behind the scenes. I can't put on this podcast.
Yo, your work can get you killed. Niggas think having millions and millions of dollars is like a big achievement. You achieve all that shit. Your worth make you fucking, there's demons out there, man. Your worth make you lunch.
I done seen some trailer park trash kill somebody for $100,000 and go up her husband's insurance for $100,000 and try to kill the motherfucker. She thought she had
money
she was gonna get paid.
Money's gonna complicate the situation.
Absolutely.
Not to say money is bad. It's just, when rich people talk about getting married, they sit down with their lawyers, and when they sit down with lawyers, typically they're not in the room with the person that they're going to marry. They're sitting down with their lawyers privately, structuring business to protect their ass.
That's true, Malcolm.
Yeah.
That's what goes on. And let's to keep it being, I'm not anti-marriage. I'm not, I'm just going to put that out. I'm not anti-marriage, but you're not going to tell me how to do it. You're not going to tell me why I should do it. And you're not going to tell me when I should do it.
That's just my position on it. I'm not anti-marriage. I think it has its pros and its cons, and I think we got more control over the financial aspect of our relationships than we think, because people think, well, if you're not married and you die, then who's going to get your shit? You can create a trust. You have living wills. You have everything that you can cover your ass. You have life insurance. You have beneficiaries. You got things you can do to make sure that your loved ones are straight.
Yep. And you know what's scary about that? When you say that, sometimes your loved ones want to see you pass. When they know that you're worth so much money,
that's another conversation.
To see you pass.
That's another conversation, Lawrence.
I'm just saying, but it's true though, dog. It's like
it's true.
It's like, you're worth so much money, everybody around you, even your kids, when they get a certain age, everybody when they get certain age and conscious, they're like, damn, that nigga, I can have all that when that nigga passed. You know what I mean? It's like everybody wishing for your death, man.
Motherfuckers feeding their husband's cyanide, arsenic and shit, and they pancakes and
shit.
I
look at it like this. People wishing for your death and people keeping in mind the fact that you're going to die, because we all are going to pass at one day, at one point. I think that's something that people think about, which is totally natural. But when people are conspiring on your death for the money, that shit's evil.
Yes. and you know what? You know, money also, honestly, it kind of fucks up the love part with, you know, a lot of ways too, because money gets so involved in, you know, people's minds that they forget about love.
That's when they start thinking money's more important than love. That's when shit gets fucked up. Because like I said, the love is originally there. It's there. And then when all these other shit come into play, the money comes into play. Oh, yeah, money's a motherfucker.
Yeah, you ask motherfucker, what would you rather have? $1 million a month or marry this motherfucker? And y'all both work.
Some people would say, I'll take the love, man. But you know, and some people would do that. You gain no amount of money that could that you can give me that's gonna take away the love I feel. I want to spend the rest of my life for her.
Yeah, but that scenario, you talking about people that are already in your life, or you just talking about just choosing it in general? Because if you choose it in general, I'm going to choose the money.
Oh yeah,
but I would not switch out what I have family wise right now for $1 million. Hell no.
Right? Yeah, for sure. Hell no. That'll equal up.
Before, when we talk about like Russell and Kimora Simmons, they was broke up for a while, but they still, until they got the money together and everything situated, they were still showing a united front out in public. They've been stopped sleeping in the same bed, but different kind of scenario, different kind of, he's got that business to worry about, That Fat Farm shit was.
I remember when I walked into because I was working at this company, they was always put me in, they telling me everything personal about whatever going on. Dude was in there talking about his wife, like, stuff like. But at the same time, it's like she happy when he leave and go out and cheat and everything. She just like what she can get. I mean, she don't even want him to come home. Stay the fuck out. She's content. Women can get, be happy with that shit when you out there fucking mad women and whatever. As long as they getting what they want, they don't even care.
Go out there, learn to accept it.
I don't want to stick with
it. Depends on what you bring into the house. You ain't bringing nothing to the house. Ain't anybody just let you.
Don't bring no babies home, and don't bring no diseases.
Better be bringing a lot of money, a lot of checks home.
Keep my stipend up. Don't change my.
Yeah,
stipend.
We should get it to. Yeah. But it's deep though, the contract and things. But you notice when two companies, when they work together, a bad company can bring down a strong empire easy. You got
some chicks. You got some chicks out here that will tell a man. You know what? If he met a chick that was a millionaire and she was into her husband or her boyfriend or whomever, she gonna tell that nigga, look, go get the bag, nigga. I'll be here.
Cause you probably doing it anyway.
Yeah, damn sure be doing it anyway.
Go get the bag.
That's so get some money with it.
Straight. Hey. You can't defeat people that think like that. You can't defeat.
Proposal, man.
Yo, you can't defeat people like that. You can lose a war going up against a business-minded team like that.
Could you?
What I mean? It's like your emotions to get off or get your ass buried, man.
Hold on, Pop. Let's talk about that. Let's say that your other half, your significant other, don't have to be married. Someone comes with an indecent proposal, like a $5 million to spend a night with your wife. Or your other one, your
He
girlfriend.
can have her, man. He can have her. He can do whatever he wants.
Damn.
He can do whatever he want with her. You know what's
Whatever
gonna
you
be in
want.
my mind? My favorite sports cars and all that other good shit.
Pot, man.
Go ahead. I can't wait to go to the tracks by this house and enjoy myself. You can have it. And if you want her, you can pay me some more. You know what I mean?
Hey, you gonna get Justin Slayer.
Yeah. Because she been with nigga before me, and she been with motherfucker after me.
Hold on, Pop. Pop. What if you gotta be in the room? What if you gotta be in the room? Why this shit's happening?
The cameraman. I just play like one of them, you know, the nasty white boy. Yeah, fuck her, baby, fuck. I won't do that too. I play that. Yo, she about to come. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
I get what you.
Yo, watching porn, fuck that bitch harder. How about your own wife, nigga? Yo, I get my mindset like that and shit. Yeah, fuck that bitch harder. Yeah, think about that money.
This nigga sick.
But the funny thing is, that money is gonna be in her name, nigga.
Oh shit! Deal is off. Deal is fucking off.
No, that deal is off. That's not a deal I want because she'll leave me and just leave me.
Hey, he calling. Where you at? Is that? Did I just hear Justin Slayer's voice in the background? What's going on?
Nah, but you can have it, man. $1 million, $5 million. Yeah, you can have it. 1 million, you can have her. 100,000, you can have her.
200,000 a pair of boots. I mean.
You know, even that depends, man. Shit, the thousands gonna keep going lower and lower.
Right, you definitely don't need to be married, bro. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I take 50,000 too, man.
Never get married.
That relationship would be for me would be over. I would probably go with it, but I would think that would be cool, but it wouldn't be the same. If I
we can't be married and I'm that can't. I can't allow that.
Person has been with somebody else before we got married. So it makes it easier to let that person.
Jeez.
You know what I mean?
There's a method to your madness. Okay.
I got it.
Like somebody else been up in it and loved the shit out of it before I did. So why not make millions off of that?
That sure happens.
Hey, forgive him. We working on it, Tiffany.
It's hers. It's hers. If she want to make that money with me, if she want to do it for that money, then hey.
But check it out. If the shoe is on the other foot, she'll send your ass out there to get the money.
Hell yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt, she's gonna send you out there to get the money.
A woman will with no problem. A woman, I really believe a woman would definitely tell her man to go and do something with no problem for some bad money. That much, no problem.
Get that bag.
Fuck the bitch. You know, fuck the bitch. Fuck the bitch.
Not if I'm married. Now that could be somebody I've been dealing with. But motherfucker, I'm married. Fuck everything y'all saying. Fuck everything y'all saying. Now if it's a chick I'm dealing with. For sure, we in a relationship. Cool. We can go all out. But if I say married, nah.
Damn. Okay.
Ain't happening.
Damn.
But somebody said, who is this Justin dude? That's a porn star.
Justin Slayer. Google.
I don't know nothing about porn star names, man.
You gotta be in the room and watching that shit, man. You gotta be right there.
Oh yeah, you're right there, dog. And you might have to hold the camera, nigga.
Man. You know why it is too, man. If you
somebody you married to,
man, you know, I watch a lot of porn.
Hey, Malcolm got a dope one, dog. He said, "What's the body count before you would not consider a woman suitable for marriage?" Wow, like that, Malcolm.
Oh, that's a good. That's
from Africa, dog. Shout out, See Me Hustle. Nice.
Because none of y'all niggas can gauge how much these women fuck, and they lie to you. They say they fuck 10. They say they fuck 10 is 100. Excuse me. Any ladies listening, excuse me. But y'all lower y'all numbers, and I don't give a fuck who say different. Y'all lower y'all numbers.
And you know what's so funny when you said that? I actually had a conversation with my friend about something like that, because she get like we talking. You know I don't give a fuck. She know I don't give a fuck. And you know what I mean? So she get too comfortable with me because she know I don't give a fuck. Because I tell her I don't give a fuck. But the thing is, she said some crazy shit yesterday, and I'm like,
"What'd she say? Okay. What did she say?"
I didn't tell you what she said, but I'm like, okay, since you told me that, then you had to be triple that. I'm laughing with her like, "Yeah, bitch, tell her
10, right? Okay.
Man,
y'all better listen. Y'all better listen.
What'd she say, man?
No, she was just saying what she was doing in her younger days.
Y'all better listen.
Out there, she said she was out there. She was doing a lot of shit. And I'm like, damn, you didn't really tell me all that, but okay. but since you're telling me that shit right now, it had to be a lot of motherfuckers because you made it look recreational the way you was telling me about it. You know what I mean?
Wow.
But the thing about it is, dog, it didn't bother me one bit. Because I'm not, like I said, I don't put my emotion into a woman like that. As far as, you know.
So you cool. I don't like hearing old boyfriend stories. Because I'm not going to give you old girlfriend stories.
You know I don't like that shit neither, Wad. I don't want to hear about your ex-man.
Yeah, we used to run threesomes together. Like,
but here's the thing is, you got to understand, I'm not emotionally in about, you know what I mean? I'm not.
Yeah, you're not emotionally invested.
I just don't want to hear this shit.
Hey,
I don't want to hear no niggas stories. If it ain't my niggas telling the stories about themselves, I don't want to hear no other nigga story about no other nigga coming out the chick mouth.
Nah.
Yeah, but I told her though, I was like, bullshit. We laughed and we rubbed it off though. But I'm just saying, but she revealed some shit. I was like, man, she yo, you know the number she gave me?
What?
After I said that, the number this motherfucker gave me.
What?
She said maybe 8 or 9 motherfuckers.
That's bullshit.
How old is she? How old is she?
She 40. She 43 right
now.
Oh,
hell no,
man.
I'm sorry.
I'm talking about in the part where she's, you know what I'm saying, I'm talking about before me and her fun time. You know, I'm talking about her fun time when she was younger. I'm like, I started laughing at it. I was like, I was like,
a good year.
I was laughing like a motherfucker. I was like, come on, man.
If a single 45-year-old woman is giving me counting on her hands how many body bags she got, she's lying.
I'm not going for that. I'm not going for that one.
5.
I'm not either. I laughed at her about it. I'm like, damn, that must mean
they're all good women out here.
Yeah,
they're all good women out here. I don't want to seem like I'm that person.
Right.
But most women I come across, and I'm just going off what I come across. I can't speak on nobody else. No. They downplay them numbers, man.
Yeah, and I don't. Hey, you want to have? I don't hold that against you. Hey, we humans.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Right. You know, because hey, we got the same. You know, in my 20s it was what it was, and if that's what was a woman, but hey, just be straight up with it. You know what I'm saying?
And if they knew my number, they probably like, nigga, I'm not fucking with you, nigga.
98 alone. You know what I'm saying? So it's, you know, this is, you're 45, you've been single, you've never been married.
I don't factor that in. I'm past that. I don't factor that in. And I know chicks, man, especially 20s, 30s, because I'm come on, man. Come on, man. Right. Now, as long as you acting respectable,
right
now, and all that shit you did back then, like, you live and you learn, man.
Right. I mean, it could be truthful. There's some porn stars that went right, and you know they married and stuff, and their past they pass. I'm not involved. Like, I ain't smashed as much chicks as I used to smash back then. Nor is it on my mind to do that. Right. Been there, done that.
Yeah, exactly.
And we all change. We all definitely change, and you know you can't hold someone's past against them, because as long as they don't bring their past to the future.
Yeah.
I don't.
Exactly.
Mind you know, you live and you learn. You know, can't go back and change it. You just got to get on. You shouldn't be punished for that. So we're not saying that, you know, if you've been with 20 men, and I look at you now. You did that 20 years ago. I don't look at you now like a whore. I don't. That's just not, because people change and people have a different outlook on life.
And shit, tell you the truth, I'm not even asking about that. So if you could have fucked 50 niggas, I wouldn't know.
That's not a conversation I'm having. I'm not. Hey, so how many motherfuckers?
Yeah, I'm not asking that question at all.
Well,
that shit I don't want to know.
Right. All right. Like, well, we used to bring the female into the bed. That's what he liked, so I just went for it. You know. I'm all about pleasing my man.
Has a nigga ever ran a train on? Has niggas ever ran a train on you? I don't want to know that.
Yeah, that's not something
it may have happened. Maybe.
Keep that.
But don't tell me the
in
story.
Your closet. Right. Keep them skeletons in your closet, dog.
Don't tell me the story. I'm good.
All right up. Well, man, it's been a hell of a show. Really enjoyed my time today. I don't know what happened to Pot, but thank everyone for chilling today. See Me Hustle, DJ Rec, Mike Notes. Welcome, Mike. Tiffany, Beautiful Me. Thank you as always. RTO Beats. Roderick Wallace, Mother, DJ Rec. I said DJ Rec. Well, that's it. Straight Up Podcast, episode number 18. Join us next week for episode 19. We're gonna get it cracking. We'll keep it moving. Also, please look out for Pick'em coming back to a YouTube near you. Join us for that as well. Please catch the playback here on YouTube. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Also, check out the POD podcast Saturday nights at 10 p.m. Brother Ani keeps it 100, goes in unfiltered, unadulterated. Go check that out as well. Please go check out the Jersey Sun on SoundCloud. His music, getting it in, you know what I mean? Progressing.
I gotta update that.
Stay tuned for the In Moderation project coming to us. Bandcamp near you as well. Go check out Bandcamp, Black Mav Music. Please go out to support that brother. RIP to Black Mav. Go ahead and support, buy some of his music. You will not be disappointed as well. Stay tuned as we stay tuned. Once again, Straight Up Podcast, DJ Wild Body. We out. Peace.
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 Niggas hating on the low, but they down the road. Shit bad, pay attention, watch it unfold. Niggas hate to see another nigga doing more. Think twice if you think they your homeboys. Niggas hating on the low, but they down the road. Sit back, pay attention, watch it unfold. Niggas hate to see another nigga doing more.
Huh. All right. Turned out pretty good.
Yeah, did.
All right. This we only got y'all two in there. I'm trying to look for this shit by Wednesday so I can start promoting it. I kind of ain't been on top of promoting shit, but I like to get a jump. I like to do it Thursday or Wednesday. So I just been coming up with shit. You know, I'm all game for, you know, if y'all, you know, topic. I don't got no problem.
Yeah,
but Coop, that nigga don't come up with nothing. He not even here.
Shit.
Oh shit.
Coop been missing MIA.
What's up, Hemi Hustle? Got the whole chat in uproar. People coming at you, throwing darts, nigga.
He got the chat on fire.
Yeah.
Yo, what's good, niggas?
Yeah, I was
hey, shit, what's good with you?
If I was gonna do it today, man.
Ain't shit, man. All right.
Good.
All right.
Over there. Hey, you don't look like a sand nigga anymore.
Yeah.
You cut your hair.
Ain't got that ball spot showing, man.
Malcolm said, "I'm coming in out the ring."
It's rough, man. Shit, man. This is how it should be. It's rough, man. You know what I mean?
Oh, I got
Everybody
you, man.
built for this shit. Back to the essence right here. You know what I'm saying? Everybody built for that shit. Man.
Nah, not at all.
That works.
Word up.
Sure, that shit ain't easy.
It's hard when you can't be pretty. When you can't be pretty and shit every day. You know what I'm saying?
There ain't no females out there, is it?
You know what I'm saying? For a nigga like me, it is. Nah, no, yeah, it is. It's, you know what I mean? You know, it's military girls. That shit don't count.
I can't smoke out there. I'd have died already. Man. I can't smoke, man. I'd have been died out there, man.
Exactly.